Welcome everyone to this Battle League game. It is game number 2 and it sees Han taking on Poe. The first one is Han in the YT 1300. He has the Millennium Falcon title card, engine upgrade, C-3PO, gunner and determination. The second team is Poe and a Blue Squadron Novice. The Blue Squadron Novice has no upgrades. Poe has adaptability, which takes him up to pilot skill 9, R5P9 and auto thrusters. Let's roll to see how many asteroids we get on the field. And it is 12 yet again. For the first time in the Battle League, we've rolled 2 12s in a row, so this should be very interesting. The asteroids, of course, placed on the field as you see them. Han has taken refuge on that right flank at the back, and the Blue Squadron pilot and Poe have sort of set up in the middle, but are going to go and fly through that asteroid field because they have more manoeuvrability than Han. So this should be an interesting game. Let's get into round 1. The baby Blue Squadron Novice is going to go 4 straight forwards. He moved to there and for his action boosted. Poe is going to go 3 straight forwards. Moving to there, he has also boosted to try and get into the fight early. Han is going to go 3 straight forwards. Han moved to there and then has also boosted to try and get in on the action and shoot first. Han is shooting at the Blue Squadron Novice at range 2. He gets 3 shots. And that is 1 hit. He's going to re-roll all of them with his pilot ability. And he still gets 1 hit. The Blue Squadron Novice gets 2 evades. Rolls a focus and a blank, so 1 hit goes through. The Blue Squadron Novice loses 1 shield. Poe is shooting at Han at range 3. He gets 3 shots. And that is 3 misses. The Blue Squadron Novice is shooting at Han at range 2. He gets 3 shots. There is a hit and a critical. Han guesses 0 with C-3PO and gets 1 evade. Han loses 1 shield. A very fast opening salvo there, everyone keen to get in on the action and try and attack. Han took off 1 shield off the Blue Squadron Novice and he responded by taking 1 shield off Han. Poe, of course, did nothing. On to the next one. The Blue Squadron Novice is going to go 1 straight forwards. Just moving to there slightly, he focuses for his action. Poe is also going 1 straight forwards. And Poe will also focus for his action. Han is doing a hard left turn 1, hoping he'll go through. He moves there quite nicely, doesn't bump or nothing, and evades for his action. Han is shooting at the Blue Squadron Novice at range 1. He gets 4 shots, and that is 2 hits and a focus. He's just keeping those 2 hits, so the Novice has 2 evades and gets exactly 2 evades. Han's gunner ability kicks in and he gets 4 shots again. And that is all blanks, all misses. Poe is going to shoot at Han at range 1. Poe gets 4 shots. That is 3 hits because the one on the floor is a hit. So that is 3 hits and a focus, and with Poe's pilot ability he gets to change that to a hit, so that is 4 hits. Han guesses 0 with C-3PO and it is 0, so at least he gets 1 evade. Han takes 3 damage and is now down to 1 shield. The Blue Squadron Novice is shooting back at Han at range 1. He gets 4 shots and that is a hit, a critical, a blank, and he has a focus, so we'll change that to another hit. So 2 hits and a critical. Han gets 1 evade without C-3PO and it is a focus, so that's a nothing. He will be expending his evade token now, so it's just one hit and one critical that goes through. Han loses his last remaining shield, and his critical is damaged engine. All hard turns are now red maneuvers. At the end of the round, this is where everybody is, and Han, even with Gunner, caused no damage to the X-Wings here, but he took a pounding, lost all his shields, and has now got damaged engine, so any hard turns are red maneuvers. It's not looking good for Han. The Blue Squadron Novice is going to do a 4K turn. Some really ace flying there has just taken him very near the asteroid, but he hasn't actually hit it. Poe is doing a softbank 1 to the right. He will going there very nicely. Him and Han are going simultaneously, so we'll pass at the same time so he doesn't bump Han. And he will evade for his action. Han simultaneously does a softbank 1 to the right also. Han moves to there and focuses this time around. Han is shooting at Poe at range 1. Han gets 4 shots. He rolls 1 hit, 2 focuses. He's just going to use his own ability and re-roll every single one of those. And that is a hit and 2 criticals and a blank. Poe gets 2 evades. And both of them are blank. Since he has auto thrusters, one of those blanks can change into an evade, so 2 shots have gone through. And so Poe loses 2 shields. Poe is shooting back at Han at range 1. Poe gets 4 attack dice, and that is 2 hits. Han guesses 0 with C-3PO, and guesses right, so gets 1 evade. Han takes 1 hit and is now down to 6 hull points. Poe didn't use his focus, so with R5P9 regains 1 shield. It's the end of the round. Poe regained his shield, so Han only really did 1 damage to Poe. Poe did 1 damage to Han, and the Blue Squadron Novice couldn't see anyone, couldn't see Han to shoot at him, so it's on to the next round. The Blue Squadron Novice is doing a softbank 1 to the left, and it's a green manoeuvre. Moving to there, for his action, he target locks Han. I don't want the same confusion as last time round, so I'll move them together. Poe is doing a hardbank right 2, and Han is doing a softbank 1 right. Both of them moving to there. Han has evaded for his action, hoping that he doesn't need any focus rolls. And Poe is of course focused. Han is shooting at Poe at range 1. Han gets 4 attack dice and gets 3 hits. Poe gets 2 evade dice and gets 2 evades. 1 shot goes through on Poe, and so he's down to 1 shield again. Poe is shooting at Han at range 1. Poe gets 4 shots. And that is a hit, 2 blanks, and an evade, which he can turn into a hit. Han gets 1 evade and guesses 0 with C-3PO. And it is 0. Han will then use his evade token to avoid the other shot. The Blue Squadron Novice is shooting at Han at range 2. He gets 3 shots. That is 2 hits. And he will use his target lock, and that is a critical, so 2 hits and a critical. Han gets 1 evade, and it is a blank. 2 hits and a critical go through. The critical is blinded pilot, so with determination he can just flip that over because it is a pilot trait. And Han is now down to 3 hull points. At the end of the combat phase, Poe is going to use his R5P9 ability yet again, because he's still got his focus, and he regains that shield he lost. It's not looking good for Han at the end of that round. He's got both the ships on his tail, both of them are basically trying to wipe him out, and C-3PO isn't doing the business for him. He just hasn't got enough evades to deal with their shots. Poe is really being a menace on his tail, and even though Poe didn't really cause any damage that round, the Blue Squadron Novice came in and did the damage. He's now got 3 hull points left, Han, and he can't shoot at Poe because Poe every single time is just regaining that shield, and so he hasn't got enough damage to deal out to Poe. Yeah, let's see what happens in the next round. The Blue Squadron Novice is doing a soft bank to the left 1. That took him to there in the middle, and he boosted for his action. Han and Poe are going simultaneously, and they are both going 1 soft bank right. Unfortunately for Han, he's just too big and has hit an asteroid right there, so doesn't get an action and won't get to shoot. And Poe is just there. He's focusing for his action, of course. Let's see if the asteroid does any damage. And it doesn't. Han, of course, can't shoot because he's lying on top of the asteroid, so he's at the mercy of Poe, who is shooting him at range 1. Poe gets 4 attacks, and that is 2 hits and 2 blanks. Han gets 1 evade, guesses nothing with C-3PO, and gets nothing, so makes his 1 evade. Han, unfortunately, is now down to 2 hull points. The Blue Squadron Novice is shooting at Han at range 1. He gets 4 attack dice. And wow! 1 critical hit is all that happened. Han gets 1 evade. And it is a blank, so 1 shot goes through. Unfortunately for Han, that critical is a direct hit, so he suffers 2 damage. And that is more than enough to remove him from play. Poe Dameron has won the game. So the behemoth has been toppled, and will this be a sign of things to come for Han, who is looking and hoping to try and defend his title? Those Blue Squadron Novice, he was on form, shooting the hell out of Han. And Poe didn't really cause a lot of damage to Han, but his shield regeneration with R5P9 is deadly. Han was just at his mercy the entire time, and as soon as they got behind him right from the beginning, Han needed to try and take out that Blue Squadron Novice as fast as he could. Didn't manage to do it, and of course both of them constantly in his arc, and yeah, it was really good flying from the Blue Squadron Novice and Poe. So Han tried his best. He went the only way he could. That 1 asteroid just right at the end, I just didn't anticipate that 1 asteroid properly, so yeah, just got taken out by it, and that was unfortunate. He couldn't shoot back, but I don't think he'd have done much damage anyway, to be honest. I think he was destined to be taken out in that round, so it's just a shame really. Han struggled in his first game, and so he's going to have to try and pull it back in the next 2. What if Han wouldn't qualify for the knockout phase? Wow, that would be a shock and a half, wouldn't it? But anyway, Poe Dameron and the Blue Squadron Novice, they have progressed and won this day.